Narrator calm, reflective. Right now, somewhere beyond the golden blaze of our sun, an encounter unfolds that no one can see. An ancient traveler, older than Earth itself, drifts through the storming light of our star. It is called 3I Atlas, the third confirmed interstellar object ever known to pass through our solar system. It comes from the darkness between the stars, carrying the chemistry of another world and perhaps the questions that will define this century. In the summer of 2025, the Atlas Observatory in Chile spotted something faint, cold, and uninvited. At first, it seemed no different from the countless icy wanderers that sweep past the sun each year. But within hours, astronomers realized something extraordinary. The object's path was hyperbolic. It wasn't bound by the sun's gravity. It wasn't from here. Only two objects had ever shown such a trajectory before. Oumuamua, the mysterious shard that visited in 2017, and Borisov, a comet-like traveler, in 2019. Now, 3I Atlas had joined their company and immediately began to defy expectations. Its nucleus, between 2 and 6 kilometers wide, was enormous for an interstellar comet. Yet, even at 3 astronomical units, far beyond Mars, it was already alive, venting water vapor at 40 kilograms per second. By every law of cometary physics, that should have been impossible. At that distance, sunlight is too weak to wake the frozen surface. But something deep within the comet was stirring. When NASA's Swift telescope turned its gaze toward the object, the data baffled scientists. The comet appeared to be generating its own heat, or releasing volatiles that shouldn't exist at such low temperatures. Some suggested exotic ices, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, or ancient fractures exposing untouched material to sunlight. But others wondered if something far more complex was at play. Among them was Avi Loeb of Harvard, who once proposed that Oumuamua might have been artificial. He noticed peculiar details about 3I Atlas, a trajectory threading precisely between Mars, Venus, and Jupiter, a smooth, continuous acceleration, unlike natural outgassing, and timing so uncanny it seemed almost deliberate. Could this be the work of intelligence? A probe, perhaps, using the sun's gravity for a maneuver known to engineers, but unheard of in nature. The Oberth effect? Mainstream scientists were cautious, even dismissive, but the questions refused to vanish. Then, as 3I Atlas passed behind the sun in late October, the star unleashed fury. A titanic solar flare erupted from the hidden hemisphere, one of the most powerful in recorded history. Billions of tons of plasma tore into space at nearly 2 million kilometers per hour, aimed with uncanny precision toward the very coordinates where the interstellar visitor would be. For the first time ever, NASA initiated its Planetary Defense Observation Protocol, not to protect Earth, but to watch an object from another star being struck by the wrath of our own. Across the world, observatories turned their gaze toward the far side of the sun. Then, 3I Atlas slipped from view. For weeks, no telescope could see it. The collision unfolded in silence, plasma meeting primordial ice, an experiment written by the universe itself. Before its disappearance, the James Webb Space Telescope captured its spectral fingerprints and found something no one expected. In most comets, water dominates, but in 3I Atlas, carbon dioxide outweighed water 8-to-1. Such chemistry cannot form in our solar system. It suggests a birthplace far hotter, under a larger, harsher star, a world that no longer exists. By tracing its galactic motion, astronomers discovered its age, perhaps 10 billion years. older than the Sun, older than Earth, a relic of a system long gone, its parent star likely destroyed in a supernova, its fragments scattered across the Milky Way. And now, one of those fragments has found its way here. Imagine that journey. For eons, 3I Atlas drifted through the void, a tomb of ancient chemistry sealed just above absolute zero. Cosmic rays scarred its surface, but its heart remained untouched, a cryogenic archive of the early universe. When it finally met the sun's warmth, it woke from a 10 billion year sleep. But that awakening brought questions. Why is it so active? Did it break off from a larger body recently, exposing fresh ice? Or was it designed to survive the journey, to reawaken in sunlight? Even skeptics admit 3I Atlas challenges everything we thought we knew about comets. Before 3I Atlas, 2 interstellar messengers had come before. Oumuamua in 2017, a narrow shard that glinted strangely, accelerating as if propelled by invisible hands. Borisov in 2019, more familiar, behaving like an ordinary comet. And now, Atlas, vast, carbon-rich, alive at impossible distances, its path threading through planetary orbits like choreography. 3 visitors, 3 entirely different stories. Together, they whisper a truth, both humbling and exhilarating, that the galaxy is filled with the debris of countless worlds, each carrying the record of how stars live, die, and create the materials of life. The seeds of life, astrobiologists studying 3I Atlas detected something hauntingly familiar: water, carbon compounds, and the faint signatures of organic molecules. Not life itself, but the building blocks from which life begins. Such chemistry is everywhere, in interstellar clouds, comets, and exoplanets. But finding it preserved inside a traveler from another star is profound. It suggests that life's ingredients are cosmic, not local. They travel, hitching rides on icy messengers like this one, spreading through the galaxy over billions of years. Perhaps, long ago, a comet like 3I Atlas seeded the young Earth with the molecules that became us. And now, in an echo across time, another from another star passes through, reminding us of our shared chemical ancestry with the universe. As 3I Atlas vanishes behind the sun, NASA waits. Every major observatory stands ready for its return in mid-November. When it reappears, telescopes will scan every wavelength: radio, infrared, ultraviolet, X-ray, searching for change. They will measure its spin, its brightness, its gases. They will listen, not because they expect a signal, but because they must be sure. For if even the faintest whisper of artificial origin were found, it would redefine everything. Most expect a natural explanation, and they are probably right. But in science, probably is never enough. So we wait, the world holding its breath as an ancient messenger passes unseen behind a star. When 3I Atlas returns, one of 4 stories may unfold. Perhaps it will look unchanged, a natural comet, battered but intact. Or it may reveal new chemistry, its surface transformed by solar fire. It could even show deeper mystery, a spectral line that belongs to no known molecule. Or perhaps it moves as if guided, or emits a pattern too structured to ignore. That would be the moment everything changes. Proof not of fantasy, but of another intelligence that once looked up at its own night sky and wondered as we do now. Whatever happens, 3I Atlas has already changed us. It reminds us that the galaxy is not empty. It is alive with motion and memory. Each interstellar visitor carries a chronicle of creation, a fragment of a long-vanished world, a message written in chemistry and time. And if one of them ever whispered of minds beyond our own, it would not diminish humanity. It would enlarge it. For intelligence would no longer be an earthly accident, but a property of the cosmos itself. For now, we can only look upward and wait. The universe performs a drama written billions of years ago, and for a fleeting moment, we are its audience. Perhaps 3i Atlas is merely ice and stone, a relic of a forgotten star, illuminated before returning to darkness. Or perhaps it is something more, a message, a mechanism, a story drifting through space until someone was ready to read it. Either way, it reminds us what it means to be human, to question, to explore, to feel wonder in the face of the infinite. Music swells softly. In the grand cosmic story, we are only at the beginning. Our telescopes are our first words, our spacecraft, our first steps, and as 3i Atlas sails once more into the black, it leaves behind a question that will echo for generations.